The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 0. Burnley 2, Chelsea 1. Leicester City 2, Everton 1. Liverpool 3, Southampton 0. Manchester United 4, Swansea.
What comes next in the English Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester United, visit 12th placed Sunderland, while second placed Liverpool face a trip to 9th placed Manchester City.
The Barclays Premier League. Aston Villa 2, Newcastle United 3, Chelsea 2, Leicester City 0. Crystal Palace 1, West Ham United 2, Hull City 2, Stoke City 1. Manchester City 3, Liverpool 0. Southampton 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, Sunderland 1, Manchester United 2, Swansea City 1, Burnley 2. The Barclays Premier League. Aston Villa 0, Hull City 1, Burnley 1, Manchester United 0. Leicester City 0, Arsenal 2, Manchester City 3, Stoke City 1. Newcastle United 2, Crystal Palace 2. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Sunderland 2, Swansea City 2, West Bromwich Albion 1. West Ham United 0, Southampton 2. So what do those results mean to the league table? At the top of the table, we have new leaders in Burnley with 9 points. In second, Manchester City with 7 points. In third, Hull City with 7 points. In fourth, Manchester United with 6 points. In fifth, Arsenal with 6 points. In sixth, Tottenham Hotspur with 6 points. In seventh, Liverpool with 6 points. In eighth, Newcastle United with 5 points. Bottom of the table, Aston Villa with no points. And then reading up the table, second bottom, Everton with no points. Third bottom, Crystal Palace with 1 point. Fourth bottom, Queen's Park Rangers with 1 point. Fifth bottom, Swansea City with 3 points.
It's time to turn our attention to the draw of the English League Cup. Chelsea are at home to Southampton. Hull City host Aston Villa. Oldham Athletic entertain Burnley. There could be a surprise as Notts County are at home to Manchester United. Everton host Stoke City. Liverpool entertain Swansea City. Norwich City are at home to Derby County.
The Barclays Premier League.
So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, host 6th placed Chelsea, while 2nd placed Tottenham Hotspur entertain 8th placed West Bromwich Albion. Let's look ahead to the next round of fixtures of the English League Cup. And in the tie of the round, Liverpool are at home to Swansea City. Hull City host Aston Villa. Sheffield Wednesday entertain Crystal Palace. Hull City are at home to Manchester United. Liverpool host Sheffield Wednesday. Middlesbrough entertain Everton.
The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 1. Crystal Palace 2, Leicester City 0. Hull City 1, Manchester City 2. Liverpool 1, Everton 1. The Barclays Premier League. Aston Villa 0, Manchester City 0.
What comes next in the English Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, are at home to second-placed Tottenham Hotspur. In third place, Manchester United face a trip to seventh.
The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 1, Hull City 1, Burnley 1, West Ham United 2, Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 1, Everton 2, Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Newcastle United 1, Leicester City 0, Queen's Park Rangers 3, Liverpool 2, Southampton 3, Sunderland 1, Stoke City 1, Swansea City 1, West Bromwich Albion 2, Manchester United 2. So what do those results mean to the league table? At the top of the table remain Manchester City with...
So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, travel to 13th placed West Ham United, while second placed Tottenham Hotspur host 5th placed Newcastle United.
The Barclays Premier League.
While second placed Liverpool entertain second placed Sheffield Wednesday. Second bottom Leicester City are at home to 8th placed Queen's Park Rangers.
English League Cup.
What comes next in the English Premier League? The league leaders, Tottenham Hotspur, visit 20th placed Aston Villa, while second placed Manchester City host third placed Manchester United.
The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 1, Burnley 1, Aston Villa 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Chelsea 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Crystal Palace 1, Sunderland 2, Everton 0, Swansea City 0, Hull City 0, Southampton 1, Leicester City 3, West Bromwich Albion 0, Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0, Newcastle United 2, Liverpool 1, Stoke City 3. The Football Association Challenge Cup. AFC Wimbledon 0, Portsmouth.
So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? The league leaders, Tottenham Hotspur, face a trip to 15th placed Hull City, while second placed Manchester City entertain...
The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 0, Manchester United 1, Aston Villa 2, Southampton 1, Chelsea 2, West Bromwich Albion 2, Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 0, Everton 1, West Ham United 0, Hull City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Leicester City 0, Sunderland 2, Manchester City 3, Swansea City 1, Newcastle United 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1.
What comes next in the English Premier League? The league leaders, Tottenham Hotspur, are at home to 7th placed Everton, while second placed Manchester City travel to 15th place.
The Barclays Premier League.
So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, visit 6th placed Sunderland. 4th placed Manchester United host 7th placed Stoke City.
English League Cup quarter-final. Liverpool 2, Everton 2. Liverpool won 4-3 on penalties. West Bromwich Albion 3, Hull City 1. The Barclays Premier League. Burnley 1, Newcastle United 2, Crystal Palace 0, Aston Villa 1, Manchester United 2, Stoke City 0, Sunderland 0, Manchester City 0. The Football Association Challenge Cup. Carlisle United 1, Tranmere Rovers.
What comes next in the English Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, face a trip to 15th placed Leicester City, while second placed Tottenham Hotspur travel to 7th placed.
The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 0.
It's time to turn our attention to the draw of the FA Cup. Manchester City entertain West Ham United. Chelsea are at home to Derby County. Brighton and Hove Albion host Tottenham Hotspur. Newcastle United entertain Blackburn Rovers. Many feel there could be a giant killing as Brentford are at home to Arsenal. Everton host Stoke City. Bolton Wanderers entertain Manchester United. Wolverhampton Wanderers are at home to...
The Barclays Premier League. Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 1. Hull City 0, Swansea City 2. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. Manchester City 2, Crystal Palace 0. Newcastle United 1, Sunderland 1. The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1. Burnley 1, Liverpool 1. Chelsea 4, West Ham United 1. Crystal Palace 2, Southampton 1. Everton 2, Stoke City 2. The Barclays Premier League.
So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, host 10th placed Sunderland, while second placed Chelsea visit 4th placed Tottenham Hotspur. In 3rd place, Manchester United face a trip to 6th placed Stoke City.
The Barclays Premier League. Aston Villa 3, Crystal Palace 0. Hull City 1, Everton 3. Liverpool 3, Leicester City 1. Manchester City 2, Sunderland 0. Newcastle United 1, Burnley 1. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Swansea City 0. Southampton 0, Arsenal 2. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Chelsea 1. Stoke City 0, Manchester United 2. West Ham United 1, West Bromwich Albion 2. Let's see what that means for the league tables. At the top of the table remain Manchester City with 45 points. In second, rising up the table, are Manchester United with 39 points. In third, climbing the table, are Tottenham Hotspur with 38 points. In fourth and falling are Chelsea with 36 points.
Let's look ahead to the next round of fixtures of the FA Cup. And in the tie of the round, Manchester City entertain West Ham United. Everton are at home to Stoke City. Chelsea host Derby County. Bolton Wanderers entertain Manchester United. Wolverhampton Wanderers are at home to Liverpool.
The Football Association Challenge Cup. Aston Villa 4, Bristol City 0. Bolton Wanderers 2, Manchester United 0. Brentford 2, Arsenal 2. Burnley 1, Leeds United 1. Charlton Athletic 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Chelsea 3, Derby County 0.
What comes next in the English Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, host 8th placed Arsenal, while second placed Manchester United travel to 9th placed Queen's Park Rangers. In third place, Tottenham Hotspur entertain 12th placed Sunderland.
The Barclays Premier League. Aston Villa 0, Liverpool 1. Burnley 2, Crystal Palace 1. Everton 2, West Bromwich Albion 0. Manchester City 2.
So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? In third place, Manchester United are at home to 16th placed Southampton.
The Barclays Premier League. Leicester City 1, Stoke City 1, Manchester United 4, Southampton 0. Sunderland 1, Liverpool 1, West Bromwich Albion 2, Hull City 1. Now let's see what effect that's had on the league standings. At the top of the table remain Manchester City with 48 points, with a game in hand on the team below. In second, climbing the table, are Manchester United with 43 points. In third, moving down, are Tottenham Hotspur with 41 points, with a game in hand on the team above. In fourth, Chelsea with 39 points. In fifth, Newcastle United with 36 points. In sixth, Liverpool with 32 points. In seventh, Everton with 29 points, with a game in hand on the team above. In eighth, rising up the table, are Stoke City with 29 points, but only behind on goal difference. Bottom of the table, Hull City with 14 points. And then reading up the table, second bottom, Crystal Palace with 17 points. Third bottom, Burnley with 19 points. Fourth bottom, Aston Villa with 21 points, with a game in hand on the team above. Fifth bottom, Southampton with 22 points.
What comes next in the English Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, host 20th placed Hull City, while second placed Manchester United travel to 15th placed West Ham United. So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, visit 7th placed Stoke City, 4th placed Tottenham Hotspur.
The Barclays Premier League. Chelsea 3, Everton 1. Manchester United 5, Burnley.
What comes next in the English Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, travel to 3rd placed Chelsea.
The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 1. Chelsea 2, Manchester City 2. Crystal Palace 1, Everton 1. Hull City 1, Newcastle United 3. The Football Association Challenge Cup. Bolton Wanderers 0, Newcastle United 1. Norwich City 1, Leicester City 1. Stoke City 1, Crystal Palace 0. Sunderland 1, Aston Villa 0. West Ham United 2, Huddersfield Town 0. The Barclays Premier League. Hull City 0, Queen's Park Rangers 0. Swansea City 0, Manchester United 1. So what do those results mean to the league table?
So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? While second placed Manchester United visit 4th placed Newcastle United.
The Barclays Premier League. Hull City 0, Sunderland 1. Newcastle United 2, Manchester United 2. So what do those results mean to the league table? At the top of the table remain Manchester City with 67 points. In second, Manchester United with 50. The Football Association Challenge Cup, quarter-final.
What comes next in the English Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, entertain 10th placed West Bromwich Albion.
The Barclays Premier League. Aston Villa 2, Swansea City 1. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 2. Manchester City 3, West Bromwich Albion 0. Queen's Park Rangers 0, Everton 1. So what do those results mean to the league table? At the top of the table remain Manchester City with 71 points. In second, Manchester United with 61 points. In third, Chelsea with 53 points, with a game in hand on the team above. In fourth, Liverpool with 46 points. In 5th, Newcastle United with 46 points, with a game in... The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 3, Liverpool 1. Burnley 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Chelsea 3, Stoke City 0. The Barclays Premier League. Manchester United 3, Manchester City 2. Southampton 3, Hull City 0. Let's see what that means for the league tables. At the top of the table remain Manchester City with 71 points. In second, Manchester United with 67 points. In third, Chelsea with 59 points, with a game in hand on the team above. In fourth, Arsenal with 54 points. In fifth, Newcastle United with 49 points. In sixth, Tottenham Hotspur with 48 points, with a game in hand on the team above. In seventh, Stoke City with 40.
So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City. What comes next in the English Premier League? While second-placed Manchester United host 10th-placed West Bromwich Albion.
The Barclays Premier League. Manchester United 5, West Bromwich Albion 0. Sunderland 1, Southampton 1. Now let's see what effect that's had.
So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, face a trip to 5th-placed Tottenham Hotspur. In 3rd place, Chelsea entertain 15th-placed Crystal Palace. 4th-placed Arsenal travel.
The Barclays Premier League. Chelsea 1, Manchester United 1. And let's take a look at what those results mean to the league table.
What comes next in the English Premier League? The league leaders, Manchester City, are at home to 11th-placed Queen's Park Rangers, while 2nd-placed Manchester United visit 16th-placed Crystal Palace.
The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 2, Swansea City 0. Aston Villa 1, West Ham United 2. Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1. Crystal Palace 2, Manchester United 2. Hull City 3, Burnley 1. The Football Association Challenge Cup Final.
So what comes next in the Barclays Premier League? In 3rd place, Chelsea face a trip to 11th-placed West Bromwich Albion.
The Barclays Premier League. Arsenal 3, West Bromwich Albion 1. Aston Villa 3, Burnley 1. Chelsea 4, Sunderland 1. Crystal Palace 0, Swansea City 0. Everton 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Hull City 1, Manchester United 1. Leicester City 0, Queen's Park Rangers 2. Manchester City 2, Southampton 0. Newcastle United 2, West Ham United 1. Stoke City 0, Liverpool 2. So what do those results mean to the league table?